so much for joining us today on Pivotal. This is a focus on digital marketing and how small business owners and marketers are, well, pivoting their business during this crisis. So today we're talking to a longtime friend of mine, Jim Morris. He is the VP of something at Charles Krug. I'm sorry. And I'll have him tell you all about what he's done. But first, I want to say that I've worked with Jim a few times in the past at past wineries, and he's always been a pleasure to work with and talk to. Hi, Jim. What do you
Hi,
do?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
It just said VP. I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm the Vice President of Guest Relations and Estate Management at Charles Krug Winery in St. Helena, the
That sounds
oldest winery in Napa Valley.
very true. And one of the prettiest, in my opinion.
I I feel like it's a state park I go to every day when I go to work.
I like it. Well, that is sounds like a great title.
It's very
And yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
How far back do you want me to go? How much time?
Well, what on a let's say before this happened, February. What were
Yeah,
you doing?
I barely remember that. Uh, well, just a really quick background. It's I've been in the wine business for 20 years, and it has been such a wild and cool ride, and I've loved every minute of it, and have grown at every stage, and been part of, or you know, an early member of building out 5 new wineries or new tasting rooms, starting new brands. Just kind of progressively moving my way up the winery ladder, mostly in Sonoma County. But then I had the opportunity with a former boss of mine, Judd Wallenbrock,
Woo.
that we worked together in Sonoma County, who is now the CEO of Charles Krug and Davi Family Wineries, and said, we want to redo what we did at our old winery, and we're going to do it in Napa at the oldest winery. And it's
And you're the
just,
person to do it. You are
uh,
Mr. Customer Service.
I do my best. It's like, it's we're in the making people happy business, and everybody that walks in our door, I want them thinking about their next visit to Charles Krug before they leave, and who they're going to tell when they get back, and all of that. So, so that's our basic philosophy of what we do.
I love it. I mean, so I guess what have you guys how have you guys had to pivot since March?
we're
It's a
we're one
loaded
of the
question.
I know it's like, gee, do we have 2 to 3 hours on this?
No,
We had to learn really quickly a number of things that we weren't necessarily doing because we were busy planning the in winery experiences. So, as one of the largest destination wineries in Napa Valley, the one with the greatest history and legacy, we also have an unlimited ability to do events. So we had a very robust events calendar, from Charles Krug branded events to private events and corporate
mhm.
events. Um, we are partners with the Napa Valley Wine Train, and we had a very big, robust year planned with them, with some additions that we were doing to that experience. We just spent a lot of money on rebuilding our picnic lawn and
Mm,
offering enhanced cabana tastings outdoors,
that sounds fabulous.
and just completely remodeled our picnic area to accommodate guests, um, and we had a food and wine pairing that was just about to get launched as well. And so all of these really cool experiences that we were building all of a sudden came to a grinding halt. And now what do we do? And we did have, we had a pretty, I don't say, not an overly, oh God, what am I trying to, a big,
Website?
no, a
Do
big e-commerce uh,
okay.
side of our business that it's like, all right, we had regular emails that were going out, but it's like, okay, now people can't really get to us or talk to us. And so we really just regrouped with, and, had to furlough a lot of people, unfortunately. But with the small remaining group that we had left, had to figure out, all right, what do people want? What do they need? They are staying at home. They do want wine delivered to them. Um, let's get it to them. And so we came up with some, and it was based on price points more than it was the wines. Nobody's buying $100 bottles of Cabernet right now.
Yeah.
They're just not. And so understanding what people want was important to how we proceeded. So we had a series of offers that were just in a sweet spot that people bought a lot of, and featuring different wines that we don't normally focus on. Um, then we moved to the Facebook Live side of things, and if I see another tasting that says, I'm getting hints of blueberries and road tar, I'm just gonna just pull my hair out because that's boring and it's not original, and it's like you're talking to people, not with people. So
Ding, ding, ding. That is exactly what my thought is. Seeing in the first few weeks, it was just like an avalanche of every winery going live for the first time on Instagram or Facebook, and
yeah,
they're just tasting wine, talking about it. And
yeah.
what I've always loved about you is you care about the consumer almost more than the wine itself. And so are you using that to your advantage doing the Facebook Lives?
It has to be authentic and it has to be true to what we do. Um, and it's funny because the one show that we actually did do some the tasting, uh, our winemaker just happened to walk in the middle of Judd's talk, and we brought her in, and it was like organic, it was authentic, and it was really cool. And she did go into the geekiness a little bit, but it was fine. Um, but it was part of that particular topic. Tomorrow's topic, or I shouldn't say, the topic we're doing on Facebook Live in the near future is our events program, and one of our series was the comedy series, and so
Yeah.
I'm bringing on Lisa Pidge to talk about shows that they actually recorded that we're actually going to sponsor from they recorded at Charles Krug that we're going to replay.
Okay, that's
That they
nice.
keep
Taking
that,
the okay.
yeah, in the forefront of their minds. And so it's like we're still in planning stages for what the future looks like for us. One of our basic core strategies is that we want to become the cultural hub of Napa Valley. And we'll do that through food, wine, and the arts. And
Okay.
so we had a very robust program of fine art series. We had fashion shows. We had comedic arts. We had film arts, literal arts, speaking arts. I really wanted to work on dark arts and magical arts, but
Hey, I know people here
I
in the
know.
East Bay. Okay, so have you guys done anything? I mean, other than the Facebook Lives, have you guys done anything differently with your emails or through social media or ads or?
So weekly emails are now part of the game. We really thought in the past that the monthly emails we were sending out was enough. We didn't want to overwhelm people, but if they're done properly and done right, um, we do it appropriately. We actually just split our list up between club members and non-club members. Club members get a lot of special things, um, and but as far as segmentation, we're also working on better ways to segment our database as well. So it's, again, some of it is people that were doing it that aren't here doing that now. So a bunch of us are relearning how we do things and how to better do things.
I mean, when it comes to emails, I think you might have heard over and over again in our Facebook, like DTC Wine Geek groups, segmentation is so important. You
Oh,
don't want
complete.
to you don't want to send a deal for $100 cabs to someone who's buying a $16 rosé.
Yeah,
That's
no, no.
that's not
Yeah,
going to work in
we didn't
general.
know. And again, we weren't there. We intellectually got it, and we knew what we had to do. Um, I just think we struggled with how to do it, but now we're really trying to get a razor sharp focus and doing it
Good.
that.
So it sounds like this is kind of, I mean, it sounds like you guys were obviously doing pretty good beforehand, and kind of coasting on how great you guys were and how everybody wanted to come visit you guys.
Yeah, I mean, again, we have this provenance that is really, it's a special place because there are so many ways to experience Charles Krug, through the events, through the tastings, through the wine club. I got one quick shout out to our wine club members. I've been absolutely blown away at so many of them stayed on without canceling, without uh, it really, to me, it went to the depth and the quality of the people that choose to support us, and I will forever be thankful because we had almost a smaller dropout rate on this last club shipment than we've had in previous ones.
I
Um,
think that goes to, people really caring about Charles Krug, and how it's not necessarily about the price point or getting discounts or something like that. It's about caring about the winery itself, or the brand.
yeah,
I'm seeing that across the board from a webinar I was on the other day. They asked a question, how many people are dropping off of your wine clubs, and the majority of people said, no, we're doing kind of the same. The wine club members are sometimes buying more, and had a few people drop off, but
sure,
sometimes the wine club members are buying more because you give that personal touch, whatever that means, to
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, very
One thing
cool.
we added that blew us away. It's such a simple tool that has really transformed our business. It's just adding a chat window to your homepage.
Ooh, okay. What? Tell me. Like, let's get into it. What do you use?
We use live chat.
Okay.
Um, and honestly, just that simple tool and being able to monitor it and answer customers' questions immediately, and be able to go in and make the changes they're requesting. Because we also, on top of everything else, in the midst of all this, launched a whole new wine website. So we do have one of the most gorgeous websites I've ever seen. It's graphics and video rich.
Okay.
Um, but it does take a little bit of time for customers to get used to how to maneuver through it. So the timing was perfect. So we were on board. I actually monitored it the first 3 days, and it was so much fun having people just say, "Oh, I can't order this." Well, let me help you with that.
Are you
And
finding the same questions over and over again, or how are
yeah,
they?
there are some FAQs, but we still choose to answer them live. Um, So at least it is actually, we've written it into the job description of the wine ambassadors that everybody's going to take some time during their shift to work the chat window,
Okay.
especially during busy times.
Was this the live chat on your website before, or was it just with the
Nope.
new
It was when the new
iteration?
website came. It was one of the things I insisted that we have on it, and so it was a little bit of a pain to put onto it, but it's a gorgeous website. So
Okay. Well, charleskrug.com or Charles
you
Krug
got
Winery. Okay.
Charles.com.
Okay. I'm excited to check it out because I have not seen the new winery or the new website yet. So I will definitely be checking it out. And it sounds like obviously you're keeping that chat box after things go back to normal,
Oh,
whenever that is.
absolutely. Yeah, it's part of, yeah.
We don't know when
Normal
normal
is gone. Old normal is gone. I think
for.
our new normal is
Yeah,
here to
I
stay for a
mean,
while.
do you see you continuing doing these Facebook Lives or anything else?
Yes, I've actually be begun discussions with a couple of people to enhance and do better and I improve on what we do. I think it's really important to stay connected with customers where they are instead of us telling them how we're communicating with you. I'm gonna send you an email. It's like, here's where we're at. Once a week, here's a new way to communicate with us. And it'll always be two-way. I'm not a huge fan of, I just like conversations with people
Mhm.
and with guests. And so it's, recorded conversations are appropriate in some regards, but But especially when it involves consumers, I want to be able to talk to them,
I
and
think
that's
that's a
important.
really important takeaway for today. That's something that the old school way of marketing, connections. That
Yeah,
works in person, online. It doesn't matter what the tool is. The connection can be utilized to make people feel like they're part of the brand and
yeah,
thus making them buy wine.
yeah. Just a really quick anecdote. I talked to somebody last night that she and her daughter, and both are wine club members, have loved being wine club members, and they were canceling. And when I asked why, she goes, "We're moving to El Salvador, and we got to do a really interesting conversation about it." And she goes, "We'll be back, and I'm going to join your club again." And it was just like, but I don't know that that would have happened that, if we didn't have that conversation.
Yeah, if you just sent in an email saying I'm done.
Yeah, because we get that. I mean, it's a natural progression, but it's like we just had such a good, connection and bond, and it was like, yeah, we'll be back in 2 years, and trust me, we love your wines, and we'll be back in your club. So it's
Oh,
like, yeah,
very
little
cool.
thing.
It is. It's a little thing, but it truly does mean so much. I'm getting kicked out of the office here.
Ah,
It's okay. It's just my husband.
damn it,
No,
Jeff.
ah, is what it is. It's the toddler. We're both sharing our duties of watching Rye and attempting to work. It's
Yeah,
fun. It's fun.
that's what Velcro walls and duct tape are for.
I I will think about that. That might work. But no, I appreciate you talking to us today. Um, just learning about how important the interaction is with you. Whether it's in the tasting room or through live chat or in Facebook Live. That's pretty
And actually,
cool.
on Instagram, it's Charles Krug Wine. Oh no, it's Winery. That's right. On
I
Twitter,
I googled it.
I'm sorry. On
I
on
googled
Twitter,
it
it's
so I wouldn't
Charles
get it
Krug
wrong.
Wine because it's too long for Twitter. That's right.
Yeah, okay. So, sorry, on Instagram, yeah, I don't tell people to go to Twitter anymore. Unless, if you want to find me on Twitter at Sheree, you can see some of my rants.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
that's a good thing.
Well, thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate you being here. And thank you guys all for watching the whole video. I'm going to try this. Wait. Like and subscribe over there where Jim is.
And hire her there to
I
do
do
really cool stuff for you. And
I do
and
social media stuff.
yeah, she does. She is the very first person I ever tweeted to.
It's a true
So
story.
she is tweet number one. Um, but anyway, no, she's been one of the rocks of the social media world forever, and just a dear friend, and love her to death. Come and
Well,
visit us at Charles Krug Winery.
you guys will be
Website.
back. You'll be earning everybody's trust once you're allowed to.
Indeed, we
And
will.
I'm excited to come visit. All right.
Cool.
Bye, everybody.